Peter Obi went to Benue to be with those that have been affected by ravaging flood.
I don't know where to start. I wouldn't have imagined what is there. But please, on behalf of the vulnerable children that are here, and maybe in other camps, I'll try to do whatever I can do quickly to support, and I'll make sure that if you give me an account today, I will start with the little way I can. At least today I can start with a sum of 5 million naira. And go on, we won't be once. We'll go on to see what we can do to support you. I could not believe this is possible. We're in Nigeria, this is happening in Nigeria. Let's continue to have faith in Nigeria. Thank you. Remain prayerful to God. Remain prayerful to God. God will ensure that you go back as soon as possible to your houses and to your villages.
In fact, I just see Peter Obi as someone that keeps taking the leadership qualities that we want in Nigeria. Before now, when people are going through things like this, being affected by flood or being visited by one misfortune or the other, hardly do you find Nigerian leaders even sympathizing with them. Hardly do you find Nigerian leaders even trying to know what is happening to their citizens. Hardly do you find Nigerian leaders even concerned about the plight of their people. I think we are beginning to see something new, something different from Peter Obi. Just the way we see in the West that when things are happening to their people, they rise to the occasion, showing that sympathy, that empathy for their people, going to where their people are affected, going to where their people have been affected by one calamity or the other, by one natural disaster or the other. It is in the West we see such things, that when something happens in the country to the people, that when something happens to the people, that the leader will cut short maybe where he traveled to or his engagement, will cut short his engagement and come back home to be with the people, just to support them through whatever they are going through, to make them feel hopeful so that they wouldn't be hopeless, to give them encouragement, to make them to know that things will be better, to give them hope generally. Most of the times it's in the West we see such, because in Africa, African leaders are not used to such. Most African leaders are only used to corruption. They don't have empathy for their people. Even when their people are going through hardship, they don't care about their people. Even when they are dying, they don't care. Even in the Niger Delta, the environment has been polluted. No good farming can take place. Even their waters polluted. Fishing has become difficult. In the trials and troubles they go through in the Niger Delta, for example, Our leaders are not concerned. Nigerian leaders are not concerned. That is why when you go to the Niger Delta, you would almost want to weep, or if not even weeping, because they have been left hopeless, their lands destroyed, their waters polluted, they have no livelihood. This has been the problem of Nigerians. This has been the problem of Nigerians, especially those in the Niger Delta. No one cares for them. Even what they are supposed to get naturally, Nigerian leaders deprive them of getting those things. Why have I talked about this? Because in Nigeria, leaders before now have taken Nigerians for granted. Just the way they are taking the people of Niger Delta for granted, that's the way they are taking Nigerians from other parts of the country for granted. Is it the Igbos? They take them for granted? Is it the Yorubas? They take them for granted? Even the Hausas, the Fulanis, they take everyone for granted. But of course, some parts suffer more than others, especially when it comes to pollution of the environment and, of course, discrimination. This is why when Peter Obi went to Benue to lend a hand of support to the people that have suffered from the flood,
Bring the boat. I just felt as if Nigeria is beginning to change. In fact, when I watched the clip from Arise News, I almost felt like just shedding tears, because this is something that is hard to find generally amongst African leaders and specifically Nigerian leaders. And there you also have another party stalwart belonging to the camp of the PDP who is trivializing, who is mocking this good deed of Peter Obi by saying that he's politicizing it.
Peter Obi actually, suspending his campaign and calling on other parties, including, of course, the PDP and the APC to do same as a mark of concern for the flood victims. Will the PDP go ahead and do that?
Thank you very much for having me, and it's nice to be here again. And good evening, Nigerians. Hey, let's start from this. It is sad that the calamity befalling this country right now, in terms of the flood victims and all the destruction that we see, is sad. And I think every right-thinking Nigerian will connect to that sentiment. But as PDP, we have been upfront on this. I don't think anybody should profit from the suffering of other people and politicize it. I expect that the president candidate of Labour Party, if you really want to do something, you don't by announcing that you want to suspend campaigns. There's what we call multitasking. If he cannot multitask, then he's not fit to be the president of this country. Do you need to go on under the clear light to announce, oh, I'm suspending campaigns so that I can see people? Really? I think we must put this in perspective. And the era where people come in position of authority and public position and then say things like this, to trivialize that, is actually very disturbing to me. The PDP does its thing simultaneously as we reach out to victims all over the country. It doesn't need any announcement like that, stage manager, and then get photo ops to discuss that. So, but for me,
so you think it's politicizing the issue?
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't he say so? Because those that belong to the establishment, those that belong to the traditional parties, PDP, APC, which are one and the same, they don't have empathy for people. Even if people are dying, they don't care. Is that not why Nigerians have been perishing in the hands of bandits? They don't care. Is that not why Nigerians have been perishing in the hands of terrorists? This is why they are aloof. This is why they don't bother. This is why it's even hard for the president to address the nation when things like this happen, because they don't have the empathy, not to talk about going to where the people are that are affected. So, is it surprising then that this notable thing that Peter Obi did by going to Benue to lend a hand of support to the people affected by these floods, is it surprising that they are trivializing even that spectacular effort? Because they are not used to it. Those in PDP, those in APC, they are not used to it. They take Nigerians for granted. They have been doing so. They don't take the life of any Nigerian seriously. To them, the life of a Nigerian does not matter. It's just like chicken being killed or any animal being killed. So, they don't care. Even in this time that the flood has devastated many in Nigeria, it says for Peter Obi to suggest or to say that campaign should be stopped so that they can attend to those affected by flood, that he's just playing politics. It therefore shows that Peter Obi is not multitasking. Just look at him. With all the arrogance, it shows Peter Obi is not multitasking. For you, politics is higher than the lives of human beings in Nigeria. Listen and listen and listen, Nigerians.
The handwriting is on the wall. These people are showing to you, Nigerians, who they are. These parties are showing to you, Nigerians, what they represent. The leadership tests, APC and PDP, they've been failing them one after the other. But Peter Obi of Labour Party has been passing this leadership test one after the other. These are signs for you, Nigerians. These are signs of whom you should vote for in the coming election of 2023. A leader that empathizes, a leader that shows concern during adversity is a leader to cherish, is a leader to vote for, is a leader to support. Peter Obi, thank you very much for going to Benue, for putting aside your campaigns and going there to be with the people, to encourage them, and to be of help to them. Even seeing Peter Obi entering the canoe, being amongst the people, that is enough to give hope to the people. That is enough to breathe life to the people. That is enough to make the people that have been hopeless to be hopeful again. Is that not what a leader should do? Is that not what the president of a country should do? In all of these devastation from the flood in the lives of people, where is President Buhari? Where are the leaders in Nigeria? Many of them right now are suffering. Even the agencies that are supposed to be on ground to help them, they are dragging. They are being reluctant. They are dilly-dallying. They are dragging their feet while the people are suffering, wallowing in poverty, wallowing in misery. The only sin they've committed is because they are from Nigeria. That's the only sin they've committed. A country that does not care about its citizens. So, Peter Obi, from what you're doing, I'm seeing hope for Nigeria. I'm seeing hope for Nigerians. My prayer is God will bless you and God will open the eyes of Nigerians to your sincerity, to the rare gem that you are, so that come 2023, you'll be elected as the president of Nigeria, along with your able deputy or vice, Baba Ahmed Dati. Thank you for going to Benue. Viewers, that is my take on it. Please, if you have subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. If you have not, please do subscribe, comment on my videos, like my videos, and help to share the information that I bring to you. Thank you very much for your support. Bye.